Why we talk? I don't know what I said, but he grabbed my arm and he threw me up off of him. And he was like, "Get off of me." He threw me off of him, and he at this point he's literally mad. And I'm like, what the fuck is he mad about? Like,
so Julez be over there beating on girls and stuff like that right there. So this content creator named Rhea, I think it's Rhea or Gia, she came out telling the story time how she was with Julez.
This whole entire time, this boy keep getting upset for no fucking reason. Like, how the fuck do you wake up out of your sleep mad? I had bruises literally every fucking where, all over my legs, all type of shit. Like, this boy was really beating me the fuck up.
The discussion centers around recent claims involving Julez Smith, although the situation remains unclear and should be approached with caution until more information becomes available. Public conversations often introduce him primarily as Beyonce's nephew, but that description overlooks an important detail. Julez is first and foremost the son of Solange, and viewing the story from that perspective provides a more accurate understanding of the family dynamic rather than reducing his identity to a single well-known connection. The conversation gained attention after a woman named Rhea shared her account online, describing her past interactions with Julez Smith. According to her statements, the two had spent time together, and she characterized some of his behavior as unusual. Her posts quickly attracted attention across social media, prompting widespread discussion and speculation. As clips from her videos continued to circulate, many people began examining her claims and debating their credibility. In recent years, Julez Smith's name has occasionally surfaced in online discussions surrounding unexpected or controversial situations. Whether those conversations are based on verified information or simply social media speculation, they have contributed to a public image that often attracts curiosity whenever his name trends. As a result,
the family got involved and everybody, there was some hush money going around.
Each new claim tends to receive significant attention before all of the facts are fully understood. From a family perspective, such public attention could understandably place added pressure on those closest to him. Any parent would likely find repeated online scrutiny involving their child challenging to navigate, particularly when discussions spread rapidly across social media platforms. While the accuracy of the recent claims has yet to be fully established, the situation has nonetheless become another topic of widespread online conversation. The ongoing online discussion has not only drawn attention to Julez Smith, but has also sparked conversations about the wider impact such stories can have on well-known families. Whenever a public figure becomes the subject of controversy or speculation, the attention often extends beyond the individual and reaches those closest to them. As a result, many observers have questioned how this continued spotlight may affect both Julez and his family. The situation has also reminded some people of earlier moments that generated significant discussion online. One particular incident involving Julez and musician Tommy Lee resurfaced in public conversations after the pair were seen together. Images and videos from that period quickly spread across social media, leading to widespread speculation and a variety of opinions. Although the moment attracted considerable attention at the time, it eventually faded from the headlines, even if some online commentators continue to reference it when discussing Julez's public image. More recently, a woman named Rhea shared additional personal claims about her experiences with Julez. In her videos, she alleged that he frequently used recreational substances and described him as someone who regularly participated in that lifestyle. These statements represent her personal account and have fueled further discussion across social media. As with many stories that gain traction online, viewers have been debating the credibility of the claims while waiting to see whether any additional information emerges. Rhea continued her account by describing what she said occurred during one of their interactions. According to her, Julez appeared to be behaving differently than usual, prompting her to question whether something might have been influencing his behavior.
You can't tell billionaires what to do. You can't at all. You can't take anything away, you can't shame them, you can't embarrass them.
She claimed that after asking him about it, he acknowledged regularly using recreational substances. These statements are solely her version of events and have not been independently verified, but they have become a major topic of discussion online. She also alleged that the interaction became increasingly tense as the conversation progressed. According to her account, what began as a disagreement quickly escalated, with raised voices and increasingly confrontational behavior. Rhea further claimed that the situation went beyond a heated argument and became a much more serious personal dispute. Allegations of this nature naturally attract significant public attention, as they describe behavior that many people view as deeply concerning. However, these claims remain allegations, and the full circumstances have not been publicly established. Alongside these personal claims, Julez has also been attempting to build a career in the fashion and entertainment industries. In recent months, he's appeared at runway events, collaborated with various brands, and attended promotional appearances designed to increase his public profile. While these efforts have introduced him to new audiences, they've also generated mixed reactions across social media. Some appearances, particularly at nightlife and promotional events, sparked criticism from online commentators who questioned his career choices and public image. Despite the criticism, it is clear that Julez has been working to establish his own identity within the entertainment industry, rather than relying solely on his family's well-known name. At the same time, the renewed attention surrounding these allegations has shifted much of the public conversation away from his professional ambitions and toward the ongoing online controversy.
I'm like, ain't no way you don't do drugs. So he's like, yeah, I do E's. I do E's. We're literally spooning, y'all. And then he get mad out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. This man, he like, oh, you don't want to cuddle with me? Why we talking? I don't know what I said, but he grabbed my arm and he threw me up off of him. And he was like, get off of me. He threw me off of him, and at this point, he's literally mad.
Making it even more challenging for his career efforts to remain the primary focus. The claims shared by Rhea become considerably more serious as her account continues. According to her, the situation involved more than arguments or disagreements. She alleged that Julez became increasingly confrontational, raising his voice before grabbing her arm during one of their interactions. She described feeling frightened as the situation escalated and claimed she had to pull herself away to create distance.
Further alleged that this was not an isolated incident. In her telling, she said Julez frequently woke up in an angry mood and struggled to manage his emotions. She characterized his behavior as unpredictable, claiming that moments of tension could quickly intensify. These are her personal allegations, and they have not been independently verified or confirmed through official findings. Her most serious claims involve allegations of significant physical mistreatment. Rhea stated that she was pushed to the ground during one encounter and alleged that the incident continued until she temporarily lost consciousness. She also claimed she was left with visible bruising afterward. If accurate, these allegations would describe extremely concerning behavior. However, they remain allegations, and it is important to avoid drawing conclusions before all of the facts are known. The videos have prompted many people online to discuss how situations involving alleged harmful behavior should be handled. Some commenters have argued that anyone who believes they have experienced this kind of treatment should consider reporting the matter to the appropriate authorities so it can be investigated through the proper legal process.
And I'm like, what the fuck is he mad about? Like, I'm still at this point confused because I literally cannot figure out for the life of me why the this man. He drops his bag on the table. He turns back around, y'all, and he start mixing on me. I kid y'all not. Start literally beating me up. Like, literally is beating me. And at this point, I blacked out. So I don't know what's going on. Why he's beating me up, I don't know what's going on, but I just know that he was punching me like all in this area, all on my body. Y'all, I had bruises every fucking where. I had bruises all over my arms. I still got a scar from...
That approach allows evidence to be reviewed by those responsible for determining the facts, rather than leaving the matter to public opinion on social media. The discussion has also led to speculation about whether personal background or life experiences could influence someone's behavior later in life. While some online commentators have raised those questions, there is no public evidence linking these allegations to Julez's upbringing or family environment. Any such connection would be purely speculative, making it more appropriate to focus on the specific claims themselves, rather than attributing responsibility to others without supporting evidence. The situation has also prompted broader conversations about the challenges of growing up in a highly visible family. Living under constant public attention, balancing demanding expectations, and navigating a lifestyle shaped by fame and intense media scrutiny can create pressures that most people never experience. While those circumstances can be difficult, it is impossible to determine how they affect any individual without direct evidence. For that reason, it would be inappropriate to assume that someone's upbringing alone explains their behavior or decisions later in life. Across social media, opinions on the allegations have varied considerably. Some users have argued that Julez has lacked clear direction and has repeatedly attracted unwanted attention, while others have questioned whether the people closest to him should have provided more guidance throughout his life. These reactions reflect public opinion rather than established fact, illustrating how quickly online discussions can evolve whenever a recognizable name becomes involved in controversy.
So fine.
It's hard to be fine. I said it's hard to be fine when you got some money on your back.
Still fine.
Not everyone, however, has accepted the allegations at face value. Many commenters have pointed out that the claims remain unverified and have called for supporting evidence before reaching any conclusions. Others have suggested alternative explanations for why the story surfaced publicly, emphasizing the importance of waiting for additional information rather than relying solely on social media posts. The differing reactions highlight how divided public opinion can become when only one side of a story is widely available. Another question raised by many viewers is why the allegations were shared publicly at this particular moment. Once a video gains traction online, the conversation often expands far beyond the original audience, making it difficult to separate verified information from speculation. Some observers have suggested that if someone believes they have experienced serious misconduct, pursuing the appropriate legal or official channels can provide a clearer path for establishing the facts rather than relying solely on social media to bring attention to the situation. Ultimately, many people agree that careful investigation and credible evidence are the most reliable ways to understand what actually occurred. Many viewers have argued that when someone shares allegations of serious misconduct publicly, audiences often look for signs that the matter has also been reported through the appropriate official channels. From that perspective, mentioning whether a report had been filed or whether the relevant authorities had been contacted could help demonstrate that the individual is seeking a formal investigation rather than relying solely on social media to bring attention to the situation. Of course, every person chooses how and when to come forward, and there is no single approach that fits every circumstance. The rapid spread of the videos has left many people wondering what conclusions, if any, should be drawn from the information currently available. Social media can amplify personal accounts within hours, but it rarely provides the complete picture. Without verified evidence or official findings, online audiences are often left debating competing narratives while waiting for additional facts to emerge. As a result, much of the discussion has centered on the importance of allowing any serious allegations to be examined through the proper channels before reaching definitive conclusions. The controversy has also drawn attention because it involves a member of a family that has long maintained a carefully managed public image. Whenever someone connected to a well-known family becomes the subject of significant allegations, public interest tends to grow rapidly, extending beyond the individual and prompting broader conversations about reputation and public perception. Even when other family members have no direct involvement, widespread media attention can still place additional scrutiny on those associated with the situation. If the allegations described in the videos were ever substantiated, they would represent extremely serious claims and would understandably concern many people. At this stage, however, they remain allegations that have not been publicly established. Until more information becomes available, the focus should remain on verified facts rather than speculation, allowing any official process to determine what, if anything, occurred.
He grabbed the fucking bag, he pulled that motherfucking bag, and he pointed that in my motherfucking face, and he's tapping it on my head. Like, tapping my head. I would never. He's tapping my head with the and yes.
Past moments involving the family have occasionally resurfaced in online discussions, with some commentators comparing older public incidents to the current controversy. Those events generated significant media attention at the time and continue to be referenced whenever conversations about the family reemerge. However, drawing direct connections between separate situations without clear evidence can easily lead to speculation rather than informed analysis. In response to the latest allegations, some social media users have attempted to explain Julez's reported behavior by pointing to his upbringing or the unique pressures of growing up in a globally recognized family. Living under constant public attention, facing intense expectations, and having personal moments scrutinized by millions can undoubtedly create unusual challenges. Even so, there's no public evidence establishing that these factors are responsible for the allegations being discussed. Any attempt to make that connection remains speculative. The broader conversation is also shifted toward the impact that prolonged stress and emotional pressure can have on an individual's decision-making. Mental and emotional strain can affect how people respond to difficult situations, but stress alone does not excuse or justify harmful conduct. Experts generally emphasize the importance of learning healthy coping strategies, seeking support when needed, and addressing personal challenges constructively rather than allowing them to affect others. Any online discussions have therefore expanded beyond this individual case to address the wider issue of unhealthy relationship dynamics. Whenever allegations of harmful behavior arise, the focus should remain on accountability, personal responsibility, and allowing any claims to be examined through the appropriate processes. Regardless of someone's public profile or personal circumstances, respectful treatment of others and peaceful conflict resolution remain essential, while any serious allegations should be evaluated on the basis of evidence rather than assumptions or speculation. If the allegations were ever proven to be accurate, they would represent an extremely serious situation with potentially significant consequences. At this stage, however, they remain allegations, and it is important to distinguish between claims made online and facts established through an official process. The central issue involves the individuals directly connected to the allegations, and any determination of what occurred should ultimately be based on credible evidence rather than public speculation. Even so, whenever someone associated with a widely recognized family becomes the subject of a major online controversy, the attention often extends beyond the individuals directly involved. Public discussions frequently broaden to include relatives and those connected to the person at the center of the story, regardless of whether they have any involvement. As a result, the situation has generated widespread commentary about reputation, public perception, and the challenges of managing intense media attention.
Yes, but I just remember him saying, douse me and y'all know the brown hair that I had with the highlights? That's why I took that hair out, because it was covered in alcohol. I literally had to take my hair out because he poured 2 bottles of liquor over my head, gang. He got mommy problems and he got mommy issues bad, real bad. I'm not Solange. I can't help you.
Social media reactions have been sharply divided. Some users have argued that Julez' previous public controversies make the latest allegations easier for them to believe, while others have urged people not to reach conclusions without supporting evidence. Many commenters have also questioned how much responsibility, if any, should be placed on family members when an adult relative faces personal allegations. These different perspectives demonstrate how quickly online audiences can become polarized when only limited information is available. As the discussion is continued, some users have attempted to summarize the allegations by describing what they believe occurred between the two individuals. However, because these accounts are based on unverified claims circulating online, they should not be treated as established fact. Until additional information or official findings become available, it is more appropriate to recognize them as allegations rather than definitive descriptions of events. Over the past day, the story has attracted considerable attention across social media platforms, with countless users analyzing, debating, and sharing their opinions. Whether additional information emerges or not, the situation highlights how rapidly personal allegations involving public figures can spread online. For now, the most responsible approach is to wait for verified facts while allowing any appropriate investigative process to determine what actually happened. As more people examined Rhea's statements, attention shifted toward the timeline of the relationship itself. Viewers began comparing different clips, comments, and screenshots in an attempt to piece together how long the two had known each other and whether there had been any public signs that the relationship was experiencing difficulties before these allegations surfaced. While many theories quickly spread across social media, very little has been independently verified, leaving much of the discussion based on personal interpretations rather than confirmed facts. Some online users also questioned why neither party had spoken publicly about the relationship before now. In many cases involving public figures, relationships remain largely private until a dispute or controversy brings them into the spotlight. That appears to be what happened here, as many followers were unaware that Julez and Rhea had reportedly been involved with one another until these videos began circulating. The release of multiple videos rather than a single statement has also influenced how the story
story is unfolding. Instead of presenting everything at once, Rhea has continued sharing additional details over time, with each new upload prompting fresh discussions and renewed interest. This approach has encouraged many viewers to revisit earlier clips, searching for details they may have overlooked, while waiting to see whether further information will be released.
You can't tell billionaires what to do. You can't at all. You can't take anything away. You can't shame them. You can't embarrass them, because they make the rules. They're in charge. So they have a certain mindset and do things a certain way. And one of them does not include being fair. It is he with the gold makes the rules. That is their goal.
At the same time, others have urged caution, noting that social media often rewards fast reactions rather than careful analysis. Short video clips can spread rapidly without providing the full context surrounding the situation, making it easy for assumptions to develop before all of the facts are available. For that reason, many observers have emphasized the importance of separating verified information from personal opinions and online speculation. Another point frequently raised is how quickly public perception can shift when allegations involve someone with a recognizable name. A single viral post can reshape the conversation almost overnight, influencing how people view an individual long before any official findings are made public. Whether those first impressions ultimately prove accurate or not, they often become a significant part of the broader narrative, making it increasingly difficult for later developments to receive the same level of attention. Another aspect of the story that has generated discussion is the absence of a public response from Julez or anyone representing him at the time these allegations began circulating. In situations like this, there's often intense pressure for public figures to issue a statement quickly. However, remaining silent in the early stages of a controversy can have many explanations. Some individuals choose to consult legal representatives before commenting, while others prefer to avoid responding until they've had time to fully assess the situation. That silence has naturally led to a variety of interpretations online. Some people believe that withholding a response creates unnecessary speculation, while others argue that it is more responsible to avoid making public statements before all of the facts are known. Neither approach necessarily confirms or disproves the allegations, which is why many observers continue to emphasize the importance of waiting for verifiable information rather than drawing conclusions too early. The discussion has also highlighted how quickly social media audiences begin searching for additional context. Users have revisited older interviews, photographs, live streams, and previous online interactions involving Julez, hoping to identify details they believe may be relevant to the current allegations. However, reviewing past content through the lens of a new controversy can sometimes lead people to assign meaning to events that originally appeared ordinary. Without independent evidence, those interpretations remain speculative. At the same time, the situation serves as another example of how online platforms have changed the way personal disputes unfold. Rather than remaining private between the people involved, disagreements can now become public conversations within hours, with millions of viewers forming opinions based on limited information. As videos are shared, reposted, and discussed across multiple platforms, the original context can become increasingly difficult to preserve.
So fine.
It's hard to be fine. I said it's hard to be fine when you got some money on your back.
Still fine.
For now, the central questions remain unanswered. The allegations have been presented publicly, but there has not yet been enough verified information to establish exactly what occurred or whether additional evidence will emerge. Until that picture becomes clearer, the story continues to develop one update at a time, with many people waiting to see whether either side provides further clarification or documentation regarding the claims that have been made. One detail that has stood out throughout this discussion is how quickly public opinion can become divided before a complete picture is available. Some viewers have expressed support for Rhea's account, while others have stressed that allegations alone should not be treated as proof. That difference in perspective has shaped much of the conversation surrounding the case. At the same time, many people have pointed out that serious claims deserve to be handled with care and examined through the appropriate processes. Public discussion can raise awareness, but it cannot replace a thorough review of the available evidence. Until additional information is released,
many of the key questions remain unanswered. For now, attention remains focused on whether either side will provide further statements, supporting documentation, or any new details that could help clarify exactly what happened between the two individuals. Whatever conversations may be taking place behind the scenes, they are not publicly known. As a result, it would be inappropriate to speculate about how Julez' family is responding or what guidance, if any, he may be receiving. The only information currently available comes from the allegations that have been shared publicly, and those claims have not been independently verified or established through an official process. At this stage, the situation remains centered on allegations rather than confirmed facts. As with any developing story, it is important to distinguish between social media claims, public opinion, and verified information. Until additional evidence or official updates become available, the circumstances surrounding these allegations remain unresolved. With that said, those are the details available so far. It will be interesting to see whether either party chooses to make further statements or whether any additional information emerges in the coming days. If you found this breakdown informative, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who may be following the story. Most importantly, leave a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think more information will come to light, or is it best to wait for official updates before reaching any conclusions? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.